Great Lakes Now is sponsored by the Fred A. and Barbara M. Erb Family Foundation, nurturing environmentally healthy and culturally vibrant communities in metropolitan Detroit, and supporting initiatives to restore the Great Lakes Basin. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA leads a task force of 15 federal agencies and departments to implement the President's Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. And by the International Joint Commission, assessing progress, providing advice, and engaging the public under the U.S.-Canada Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement.
Good morning. We are glad you're with us for our live coverage of Great Lakes Week. I'm Christy McDonald. Welcome to Day 3 of Great Lakes Week, and we're coming to you live from Detroit and the campus of Wayne State University. It's a lovely, crisp fall morning here in Detroit, and we are talking about the joint conferences about the health of the Great Lakes. We've heard from the International Joint Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Great Lakes Commission, and the Healing Our Waters Coalition. We have a lot in store for you today with our live coverage of GreatLakesNow.org. We're going to be talking about successes with Great Lakes restoration projects and also talking about invasive species. We're going to take you live to sessions that are going on across town from here as well at the Weston Book Cadillac in Detroit, the site of the Healing Our Waters Coalition meetings. You know, so much of the conversation has centered around how much it has cost to restore area of the Great Lakes, but let's take a look now at the economic benefits of restoration. The Great Lakes are a hub for economic activity throughout the U.S., Canada, and you could even say the world. These lakes provide a competitive advantage for businesses.
Shipping things across lakes by water is far more energetically cheaper than it is by diesel tractor trailer.
Not to mention the many different kinds of recreation.
There are tourism benefits to our beaches. They do present community gathering places and reasons for people to live in the communities that they choose along the Great Lakes.
Top economists from the Brookings Institution issued a report, and the report said that if you invest $20 billion in the Great Lakes, you get between $50 and $100 billion in return. So the return on investment is over 2 to 1, might be as high as 5 to 1. That's a great return. This is a terrific investment. What that means is that restoring the health of the Great Lakes is a priority not just for the ecology of the lakes, but also for the economy of the region. That Great Lakes restoration brings jobs. Economists
agree.
There's broad-based economic benefit for maintaining the Great Lakes. The projects that seem to fall into about 3 categories: cutting up pollution, getting rid of invasive species, and trying to rehabilitate habitats for wildlife. The benefit is broad-based just because fresh water has such a broad-based benefit.
In fact, a report issued by Sea Grant, Michigan shows the Great Lakes region produces 27% of the nation's gross domestic product. Michigan and Illinois have the most jobs connected to the lakes, followed by Wisconsin and Ohio.
The Great Lakes is crucial for the Great Lakes states to produce economic output, which I think it is. It's probably not a big stretch to say a quarter of the economy or even more is dependent on the Great Lakes.
If you want a healthy economy, you need a healthy Great Lakes. And if you have a healthy Great Lakes, then the economy is going to get healthier also. That's the reason that some of the biggest proponents, the biggest partners for Great Lakes restoration are the business community.
That's led to many using the term blue economy.
One that recognizes that you market to your strengths. And one of our strengths is that we have an abundant, fragile, but abundant supply of clean, fresh water.
And isn't that beautiful to see? We hope you've enjoyed learning along with us about the Great Lakes. And as we've covered Great Lakes Week here in Detroit, we are not done yet. Of course, we're starting Day 3. We're going to end up at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and we're going to take you live into all of the sessions today and wrap up the week's events. If you want to talk to us about what you've learned, what you've heard, and what you've seen, and maybe some of the issues that you have from where you live along the Great Lakes Basin, we'd love to hear from you. You can find us on our Facebook page at Great Lakes Now. You can also follow us on Twitter, and you can get in on the conversation that way.